Justin Robinson is Chief Technology Officer for Cyber at ThunderCat. Justin, welcome. Thanks for joining me today.
Yeah.
What are the elements that are going to help DoD meet each of the 4 pillars of their Zero Trust strategy and then deliver on the strategy as a whole, do you think?
I think there's a lot of elements that have to be broken into really 2 buckets. The oversight bucket, so the SIM, logging, understanding security analytics, data visibility, but then at the component level, at the MilDev level, security response automation. And how do you do the data analytics that you need to alert, visualize, and dashboard when an adversary is on your network, but then how do you also trigger that in an automated response when you might not own the equipment at the end. So if DISA gets an alert and the joint staff has to remediate on a machine, how do you make that seamless? So how does industry help them get there? I think industry needs to provide solutions that allow for that distributed analytics, that distributed orchestration and automation, so that some of those MilDeps can incident response at a quicker pace, more efficiently and more effectively, or in an automated fashion.
And it's pretty obvious looking around this room, this convention floor, not everybody does everything, and so I would imagine one key to those solutions is they have to be plug and play, and they have to play well with others, right?
Yeah, I think cyber is a team sport, right? And to do it correctly, you have to have technical integrations, but I also believe technical integrations tend to be somewhat brittle. The next version of a software, of an operating system, now that technical integration might have broke. So I think security orchestration and automation is important, SOAR in all its flavors, so not just your XSOARs, your Splunk SOARs, your Tines, your IBM Resilience, but your CCAs, so your Chef, Puppet, SaltStack, Ansible, and also your robotic process automation, UiPath, Automation Anywhere, etc. All of these products together become the foundation for SecOps automation, and once you have that foundation, you don't have to rely on brittle technical integrations. So I think that's sort of the path forward to tie these things together.
You mentioned automation. What are the most prime areas for more potential for automation in the cyber field?
I actually think we need to start with the low-hanging fruit. The more we can automate of blocking known bad on unclassified DoD networks, the less our incident responders are going to have to handle. And so typically we would bring in threat intelligence, we would alert at the oversight level that something bad was happening, but then there's a cyber tasking order that sometimes takes time to get back to the incident response team to actually remediate. That's not going to fly necessarily in the next 3 to 5 years as we see more automated attacks, more automated hunts from our adversaries. We're going to see a drastic increase in the amount of security incidents that we see. And so automatedly blocking the known bad is going to be critical.
It sounds like, and if this analogy is bad, please feel free to correct me, but it sounds like the customer experience analogy where we automate stuff that are the most commonly asked questions and then refer people who have more difficult questions to answer to actual humans.
Yeah, 100%.
Is it the same concept?
Yeah, very, very similar. And really, we do have a great understanding of what is known bad. So if a vulnerability occurred 3 years ago, and every threat intelligence vendor has told me about that vulnerability, and I've plugged that vulnerability, I probably don't need to alert my operator that, hey, somebody's phishing with something that's 3 years old, because I know I've already blocked that. So we need to take the noise out of the signal and feed pure signal to our analysts so they can do a better job.
What's the trajectory of all of this look like? Where do you expect the evolution to lead?
I think you're going to see a huge shift towards automation, especially in attack. So we must learn to automated hunt, automated respond, and do automated security validation as cyber defenders. And then from a data perspective, the data is getting bigger and bigger. My customers are faced more and more with multi-cloud, so I have it in AWS, I have it in Azure, I have it on premise. So I can't move all that data back to make sense of it. So I think distributed data analytics, distributed data query are all going to be things that are a little ahead of the wave, but we're going to see them in the next 3 to 5 years in helping us fight that defensive cyber battle.
Justin, it's great to talk to you. Thanks very much for your time.
Yeah, I appreciate the time. Thank you.